What's going on, ChavezzSlovakia? Pretty good vid. I was relaxing to it the other day, so I thought I'd bring it to the main channel. Is don't challenge the expert. It's what is one time somebody challenged you to something they didn't know you were an expert at. It's always good for people who are pretty mild about their successes to take some real time to brag about things that they're good at. It tends to happen where people have been doing things their whole life and nobody knows they've been doing it. My favorite story is a couple of times, I don't really play chess at all, so I'm not an expert, which is, I am now Reddit because I want to participate, but I don't really fit the criteria. I know one chess move that lets me win in like 2 to 3 moves. I tell everybody that. That's the only thing I know. I didn't learn anything else, and I didn't go to tournaments or anything. I'm bad at the game, but I did it to a friend, and we don't really talk anymore. So I could have told the story better, but that's the beginning and the end. And I've told it before. Besides that, yeah, let's do this. This is a really, really enjoyable and relaxing vid. I enjoyed it the other day. I watched a lot of it. I think it was a different version of the same one, but there's got to be some of the same stories here. So let's do it. Play.
Someone ever challenged you to something that they didn't know who are an expert at? I'm really good at archery. My friend and I rented him a bow at the local range and he wanted to bet me beers for every round. I told him repeatedly, no, you will not win. He could probably get lucky if we did 1 arrow shoot-offs, but he wanted to do proper 3 arrow rounds. He insisted. I drank for free all night. A neighbor on my block in Brooklyn challenged me to a pizza bake-off.
Which is weird. Pizza bake-off, super specific, super weird.
I recently catered pizza for my daughter's school and word got around the neighborhood my pizza was pretty darn good. My first thought was, this guy is a Brooklyn native. My pizza will be she compared to his. But there was something about him bragging that I couldn't resist the challenge. He talked up how pizza was in his blood, how his dad ran the pizza place around the corner years ago. I remained silent and let my skills answer for themselves. I got a buddy to let us use one of Baker's Pride ovens at his restaurant. We even had total strangers try our pizzas. Every last person chose my pizza over his. I never mentioned to him that I've worked in pizza places almost every day for the last 30 years.
30 years!
I never mentioned that when I'm not working at a pizza place I'm making pizzas at home at least once every 2 days. I never mentioned that at 9 years old I knew that I wanted to be a pizza man. Here I am 45 and getting ready to start my own pizza business. Which, congratulations by the way, but at the same time, you know, I laugh at these, but I'm just like looking like, dog, like, you know, whenever I do anything that I'm kind of good at, I make sure to tell people that I'm kind of good at it. If they are like challenging me outright to something, I just let people know, like, you know, I'm pretty good at this thing though. Like, we can do this, but I'm pretty decent at it. You know, like fighting or jujitsu or something like that, if that ever comes up, like I let people know, like I'm not a professional, you know, but amateur is a good place to put me. So if you're casually doing it, don't. This is not gonna go well for anybody involved. And if they keep going, then I get upset. Like, I told you, this is not a joke. But I like to let people know. But I respect people being like, you know, kind of like casual about it, taking challenges and then just destroying people's hopes and dreams, you know. That's always really fun. I don't mind, like, I think if you're into really, like, into stuff like that, you have to be willing to lose if you're gonna challenge, you know. This should be fun doing the thing rather than winning, you know what I mean? Wasn't me. But there's a story about an old geotechnical engineer who used to work for the company I work for. Several senior staff had to attend a meeting with the client, and some government regulatory staff who were being awkward and not approving the design.
Okay.
This geotech guy is pretty much quiet the whole meeting. Throughout the discussion, the government guy keeps referencing this research document and shooting down anything anybody suggests. Near the end of the meeting, geotech asks government guy if he has the research paper with him. He responds yes and places it on the table.
Cute.
Geotech asks government guy who is the author of the paper, then slides over a business card. Turns out it's Geotech's own paper that government guy has been referencing to defend his argument. Government guy went bright red and apparently approved the design the same day.
This is pretty cool because this is basically what my dad does, you know, on the government side. And my dad's super cool about stuff like this. My dad is not, you know, just randomly shooting down ideas and stuff like that. Like, my dad is really by the book, but he is that guy. Like, he knows all the regulations, he's done all the research. If he he doesn't know, he's gonna find somebody that knows. He's definitely that guy, easy to work with and that kind of stuff. But you know, he is not willing to fall for people's BS, you know what I mean? And so I like this being like a casual place where the guy already knows how the meeting's gonna go. He wants to hear all of his objections, make really sure that my document is the only reason why I can't do what I want to do. And I'm gonna let you know I'm still doing it. Thank you.
Similarly,
I'm still doing
when fluoridating the drinking water in my city came up for a city vote, an anti-fluoride guy and a retired dentist had a radio debate.
Okay, first of all, fluoride in your drinking water is very good for you, okay? I understand what they're saying, but it's very minimal amounts. It's so good for public water, dude.
The anti-fluoride guy is paid to go to affected communities and convince them fluoride is harmful.
Yeah,
during
it's his job, by the way. Like, these people who are like lobbyists for this kind of stuff, it is their job to do that. It's not just, they'd be like, yo, they're doing it out of the love. Like, no, they are getting paid. Like, it's literally their job.
Radio debate. He keeps referencing this one study. It concluded that fluoride is harmful in any concentration. After the umpteenth time the guy had brought up this study, the dentist said, you know, I've read that study. He said that actually there were 12 researchers on that study, and only one found anything harmful about fluoride. Those other 11 researchers actually all agreed his research was biased and he should be taken off the study, which he was. The study concluded that fluoride in drinking water concentrations is not harmful. The dentist said to the anti-fluoride guy and that one researcher, the one who got kicked out of the study, it was you. A local
so
mall
good.
had
That's a good gotcha
portable
moment.
climbing wall with a make it to the top and win $100 side. The route was actually pretty challenging. As I walked by, the guy asked me if I'd like to try. Nobody has made it to the top.
Oh yeah,
You
I got
think
to
you
hear about
can
this
do it,
too.
buddy? At the time I was ranked top 12 climber in my age group and kind of laughed to myself. After taking my $100 I then proceeded to call the rest of my climbing team, and one by one they went to the mall and claimed their $100. After the fourth person, the guy got suspicious and took the sign down. We later told him we were all nationally ranked competition climbers and he got a good laugh. The company who owned the rentals was the one who lost the money.
That's
he just
good to
worked
know
the booth
too.
and wasn't the one who lost the prize money.
That's good to know that she just robbed this random man who made like a climbing thing. That's not what I thought anyways. That's because in Vegas they do a ton of those. So maybe people who are unaware of how those promotional things work don't get it. But when we had the Marines come by for recruiting at my high school, and they put up a pull-up bar. And you know, the whole thing is you do a certain amount of pull-ups and you get a prize. And so, you know, you do like 5 pull-ups, you get like, you know, like a pencil. You do 10, you get something else. And then at 15 and 20 is where you get good prizes: a water bottle and a football. And me and my friends won at the football. And they said, well, you can do any grip. I thought they had to be front grip, which I was like, I can't do 20 of those. But they're like, you can do reverse grip. I was like, well, that feels like cheating. Like, we could definitely do 20 of those. And so I'm doing them. I get to like 15, and the instructor guy goes, oh, you didn't go all the way down on that one. Do another one. So he makes me keep redoing them. And eventually I get to 20. And, you know, he just keeps telling me they don't count. That don't count, you know, over. So I end up at like 23 or 24 pull-ups total. And I drop down. I'm a really good sport about it. My friends are a little annoyed, and the crowd is kind of like about it, you know. And one of the other cadets that was with him was like, yo, just give him, you know, just give it to him. He did the pull-ups, and the guy like hands me a bunch of water bottles. He's like, we only have one football. Like, if we lose the football, nobody's gonna keep doing them. So I was like, I don't care. So I ended up with a bunch of water bottles, which was cool. But yeah, that was dope.
My landlord tried blaming me for damage to the kitchen cabinets, but didn't know that I'm in construction and am very familiar with home building.
That's a whole mistake.
They placed the cabinets too close to the stove and the glue that held the laminate had melted. When working as a teacher, I beat a lot of students in Pokemon battles. Cause they didn't think of me being like 15 years ahead of them in fighting experience. Noobs. Noobs.
Hey, I'll keep telling y'all, man, there's no way my kid is gonna beat me at video games. It's not gonna happen, dog. I can't wait till you see this. Good luck. Pick a genre. I even play fighting games now, dog. I am in it. You're never going to win. You're not gonna have enough time, bro. It's not gonna happen.
I was a competitive swimmer for 14 years, including 4 years of NCAA, but I'm on the shorter side so people don't assume I was any good. Was at a friend's house on a lake one summer. and the macho guy challenged me to race a boy in the middle of the lake to prove
a boy
something. I guess
To
the
prove
lake is
something.
deceptively large, about a half-mile across. So I warned him that if he isn't a strong swimmer it could be dangerous.
Right.
He was running out of gas after about 2 minutes, so I offered to let him off the hook, but he insisted he would finish. I went to the boy and was swimming back when I found him floundering. So I lifeguard swam him back to the house.
Man.
His ego took a deserved hit that day.
He's like, yeah, that one time a man almost killed himself to prove a point somehow.
A Tinder date bet me dinner that I couldn't beat her in Smash.
Cute.
I've been playing competitively for around 6 years, so she ended up paying for dinner.
There you go.
My wife and I were taking an evening cruise for adults in Portsmouth Bay. The ship drove around the shipyard, where my submarine and several others were stationed. My wife and I are having a quiet drink when a really loud know-it-all starts spouting misinformation about each submarine we are driving by, calling them all the wrong class, wrong names, etc. When he literally points to my submarine and says, and that is a 637 class, my wife finally speaks up and says, actually that is a 688. The guy gets all gruff and says, well, how would you know? My wife smiles, hugs my arm and says sweetly, that's my husband's submarine. It is the Minneapolis St. Paul, SNN 708. He turned beet red while his date laughed.
That's cute. That's a cute one. Hey man, if you get caught giving misinformation, dog, you know, just be more graceful about it. Sometimes you think you know stuff that you don't know. You know, that doesn't necessarily make you like a bad person or whatever. But I think it's always nice to just be really upfront about the stuff you do and don't know. That's why I'm always so open on the channel when I just look stuff up. I don't cut out the part where I Google it or, you know, shamelessly just tell you the wrong stuff on purpose, because I don't fucking know either way. Like, I think that's fine. You know, but at the same time, you know, there is a satisfaction of just sitting back and being like, I'm about to end this man's whole career. You know what I mean? Like, I can't wait to let him know that he don't know shit. I can't
Not
wait.
Me, but my brother best friend. We were in Baltimore for a baseball weekend in 2009 and hanging out at a bar across from Camden Yards. They had a Silver Strike bowling video game. At our local bar back in Boston we had one as well. I'm decent at the game, but my brother and buddy were refined amazing at this game. Bowling 300 games and whatnot.
Like, bro, really? That makes it so believable, because who else is playing the Silver Strike bowling game?
So 2 dudes are playing this game and drinking. We ask them if we can play when they're done. They ask if we want to play them. We said sure. My brother and buddy destroy these guys.
Nice.
Like it wasn't even close. These dudes said it was a fluke and they wanted a rematch, but this time for a round of beers. Again. Annihilation City. But they kept wanting to play. To eventually win a game. No lie. After 13 rounds of beers they finally gave up.
Rounds.
They were great guys. We saw them the next day at the same bar and they walked up to us with beers in hand already and said rematch. To this day we still hang out
I don't
with
know
them
about
whenever
that,
we
dog.
go to Baltimore. And to this day, they have never won.
Bro, I don't know about that, dog. After 13 rounds of beer, they go back out the next day for... Yo. Okay, we're back. I'm literally, my allergies are like killing me now, and I can't stop blowing my nose, so if I leave, that's what that's about. But anyways, we're back for more Don't Challenge the Expert. Hey, Skitten, was the time that you're an expert at something and somebody challenged you at something?
Harry Potter.
We went to a Harry Potter themed birthday party, and my wife is literally the best at Harry Potter trivia, and you think you are, but you're wrong. And we went, and there was a bunch of Harry Potter nerds, and it was a graduation party, not a birthday party. Or was it a both? Was it both?
It was a graduation party.
Graduation party. That's how you know it's real nerd shit. It wasn't even a birthday party. And I was on her team, and you know I'm useless at trivia. Or maybe you don't know that I'm useless at trivia. My knowledge type is not trivia knowledge. It is just general life improvement, right? You move into a rundown house, I can probably help you significantly with all of those things. Relationship issues, I got you. Counselors on deck. You know, just general knowledge stuff. I'm there. Trivia, trash. Skitten won the whole thing for us. Our team. Hufflepuffs unite, man. We did it.
I had to beat the graduation girl.
Yeah. She even beat the graduation girl on some real beef shit. Talk about a know-it-all to ruin friendships. That's my wife. Good job, baby. Anyways, here we go. play.
I'm not a great swimmer, but there was a time when I would do laps for literally hours. I would go slowly to make sure that I had the energy to do the time I wanted to. This kid challenged me to race.
Oh God, I just drank this coffee that was sitting on my desk. I have no idea how long it's been there. Oh God, that was terrible.
I left him so far behind it was funny.
Ugh.
He thought he was about to humiliate me in front of his friends. Non-swimmers who know nothing about technique are an absolute hoot to race.
Who?
Beaten my fair share of budders who are quick swimmers and didn't know I raced competitively and went to state finals.
There you go.
I refuse to get in most pools now, and so they think I'm scared to swim. I just hate the memories.
It's the same thing with running track, right? Like, I'm not a good track runner, but I'm decent. So now that I am significantly larger than I was when I was in high school, I am faster than you. I laugh like all my friends. I'm still very much faster than you. Like, it's not even close. I don't even run anymore. Guarantee you're not winning. Not a joke.
My nephew
Try
challenged me to Super
You don't
Smash
run a
Bros.
4.5 I promise you don't.
Once. Super Smash nephews.
That was gross.
Co-worker, I'm pretty good at running.
Joke. It's a joke. I'm joking.
I run every day. I could probably beat you in a marathon.
A
They didn't know
marathon?
I used to be a pro runner. Ran under 14 minutes in the 5K.
Okay.
Sub 29 in the 10K. And under 15 hours for 100 miles on trails. Won a national title.
I was about to say, so you like
I
running,
agreed to
running.
run with them and jumped in the local marathon with no training. I took the prize purse and made myself a few $100 and
The
took
prize
everyone out for
purse.
beers with it. Was
I
an
like that
interesting
phrase.
next Monday at work. Just graduated as a teacher and I've been working as a casual relief teacher. I play lacrosse,
that?
which is a
Casual
small
relief.
sport already and even smaller here in Australia.
Ah,
I tried out for
Australia,
the
nice.
last World
What's
Cup
up?
team and made it to the final cut. I was team teaching with another teacher who worked at the school. Before the period he spoke to me and said, "Hey mate, we are doing lacrosse today. It's a bit of an odd sport and hard to teach, so just wait over there and then you can just help with supervision and discipline." Then walked off. Being a CRT from an agency, didn't really know how to speak to him speak up. I tried to speak to him and say that I played, but he didn't give me a second, so I just listened and did my thing. Few minutes into the start of the lesson, I grabbed a stick and ball and just started to work my around the class, giving them pointers and hints. The way he was teaching was completely incorrect and I didn't want to say anything, so when the kids broke off into groups, I kinda just taught them correctly. He pulled me over at a drinks break and asked how I knew so much could perform the skills. I told him how I play lacrosse and my playing history. He asked why I didn't speak up and say anything, and I said I tried to tell him.
That is like the vibe of this, right? Like, well, I tried. I attempted. It's not your conventional attempt, but I did attempt.
Anyway, I ended up running the rest of the class and even ended up sitting down with him and going through the correct and easier way to teach the game and skills.
Cute.
Everyone thinks they are amazing at Mario Kart.
That is a fact. Every time I bring up not playing Mario Kart, you guys all tell me how good you are. It is really annoying.
They used to be good as a kid and think they still are. I played 2-4 hours every day in undergrad. A couple years ago, I raced in local and school tournaments and won most of the time. I was within seconds on several course records. I have every course memorized and know exactly when to brake on every turn. I don't play much anymore, but anytime somebody sees my Mario Kart painting, I won it at a local tournament. They tell me how amazing they are. I'm
Right,
happy
I
to
believe
absolutely
that.
destroy
Yeah.
them. It's an otherwise useless skill.
Hilarious, but yeah, I understand why you'd have to do that. Same thing with like Smash. Like, I have a couple friends who are really good at Smash, and I have a couple friends who think they're really good at Smash because they beat their friends, but they're all just really fucking bad. And my friend Spoof beats all of them because he is actually real life good. Thank you, love. And she brought me some not disgusting coffee. Yeah, because he's actually real life good. I just push him his way, and he's a casual. Compared to people who are actually good, he's actually pretty trash. Like, the tier of how good you are in games, if the tier list of characters doesn't affect you, you're bad at the game. Does that make sense? Like, you're not good until you have to play meta. You know? Then you're in the class of good, and then you kind of filter through there. You know? So I believe that that's true, because everybody thinks they're good at all Mario games. Also, isn't there a Mario game where you battle each other, and then one where you race? This is how little I know about Mario Kart. And then you go around the little map. Yeah, that right there. Me and Skitten should play that. There it is. Yeah! Oh, you can play. You can play a versus right here. Do I have one here? This video is over. I am so sorry. I found the game. I also found possibly a gaming video for me and Skitten if I can make it to work. We're gonna play Mario Kart Balloons. But if you're an expert at something that's never been challenged, let me know, because I enjoy those stories quite a bit. We'll read some of those on camera. We did another one of those before, and I enjoyed that. What else is going on that I was going to tell you guys about? General happiness here. So I'm happy with stuff here. So, yeah. Keep it together out there, guys. I'll see you. Peace.